Okay, I know this is like a really weird video with a light right here and it's all dark and there's shadows everywhere. But I'm taking every moment I have to film videos to do this for you. Isn't it great? You know, I don't have the perfect lighting. I don't have the perfect setup. I don't have anything. I'm just me chit-chatting with you, and I need a little light in my life. Okay, so this video I wanted to address something that I'm asked very often, and that is Charlotte Mason and math. I get asked a lot, well, what do I use? And to be honest, I use a textbook. I use Saxon by all the Saxon, and I try to get the second edition because I've heard that is the best, and I've just stuck with that. I don't know, it's just an old school textbook that I've got. This is what it looks like. I use Saxon. I use what is given to me. Somebody gave me teaching textbooks book 5 and 6, and that's what my son is using because I knew he would do better at that than this right now, but he will be using Saxon 6-5 after he's done with, or teaching textbooks 5. He'll move into Saxon 6-5. And my daughter's been using this, and then my son, he's in year 1, and we are just memorizing math facts, and that's what I do. I know there is Charlotte Mason curriculums out there. I believe Masterbooks does one. Math Lessons for Living Education. I believe Homeschool On has done a thorough review of that. We have used Life of Fred. I personally love it, and I've seen really good reviews on it, but my husband did not, and he wasn't comfortable with it at all. And I don't know if because I wasn't using it right. I was literally just using each book by itself. I didn't have anything else to tell me what else to do. And my husband really didn't like, he really didn't like what the children were not knowing. He's very into children should know their facts, and that is something that I really regret not doing with my older two. So how to make it living or Charlotte Mason? Well, one of the things that I really like to do is show the children how using math in everyday life is the reason why we use math. And I'm not doing it now, children, this is why we do math. It's not that. My children love earning pennies and nickels and dimes and quarters and dollar bills, and those are the moments that I'm like, oh, this is going to take forever to count. Why don't we just multiply it? You know, just using words to bring home a concept of, oh, this is why we multiply. So it's like, well, instead of going 5, 6, 7, 8, or 5, 10, 15, 20, it's like, well, 5 times 6 is 30, so we know you have 30 cents there. Or, well, 10 times 10 is $1, so there's $1 right there. Just count 10 dimes. You know, I use different things like that. And, but it's not just like with money concepts. When I'm telling my daughter, well, what's a quarter of $1? I just said, well, what is a quarter? A quarter is 25 cents. So a quarter of $1 is 1/4 of $1, and you know, I'm just bringing all these concepts home. When we're baking, I say let's double. We need to double this recipe. We really need to have everything. So what's 1/2 plus 1/2? Well, it's a whole, and then a half, and you're just bringing all these concepts home, and that's what makes it living. Of course, there are books that I love to bring in that just kind of, they're fun, and they kind of teach math in a, what's the word, kind of a subtle way. And I did a collaboration with Hannah from Pepper and Pine, and so I will leave that video link down below, but I also made a blog post, and I will try to link that down below. Really, that is what I'm using. I'm just using, and the reason, let me go back, and the reason that I use stuff like this, I grew up on these. I know what is expected and how to use them. Teaching textbooks, my siblings use them, so I know how to teach them. And right now, all the math curriculum that I have has been given to me for free. So that has been the biggest reason why I'm using what I'm using. Simply Charlotte Mason website, or a book that they had put out, basically had the scope and sequence of what a child needs to know for math, and that's a great guideline. I didn't really find the rest of their book very helpful, but the scope and sequence was very helpful for me. And math is just math. Like science, you can kind of go a little bit with that and expound a little bit on that, but math is math. Like, you can't take 1 + 1 and turn it into, maybe that's why I hate Common Core so much. You can't just kind of twist it and, you know, talk about it in different ways. You just have 1 + 1 is 2. That's how I do math. What I use for math is, hello. It's really just basic and straightforward and simple, and I kind of need it that way. You hit your bottom? Anyway, and I just like books that kind of illustrate how and why certain things work out well. Over here, I've got a video that might interest you if you would like to watch it, so you can tap the screen right here. And if you tap here, you can subscribe and then see more videos when I put them out.